This video reimagines Quentin Tarantino's From Dusk Till Dawn, transporting its thrilling narrative to 11th century London, swapping modern characters and settings for a medieval twist. Prepare for an unexpected journey.
Chapter 1: The Flight from the Crown. In the shadowy depths of 11th century London, where the cobblestone streets echoed with the whispers of the old and the new, there existed a world veiled in the cloak of night. The city, a sprawling mass of timbered houses and looming stone structures, was a place where the crown's reach ended at dusk and the rule of darker forces began. It was in this twilight realm that our tale unfurled, with two brothers, Harold and Edwin, bound by blood and misdeeds. They were outlaws, fugitives fleeing the iron fist of King William II, whose wrath they had incurred. Their crime was one of desperation, a theft of royal treasures that had gone awry, leaving behind a trail of blood and a bounty on their heads. The brothers, cloaked in the anonymity of night, navigated the labyrinthine alleys of London, seeking refuge and a chance to escape the noose. Their faces were unknown to the common folk, but their names whispered in fear amongst the king's men. They were cunning, these brothers, with Harold's brawn complementing Edwin's sharp wit, a formidable pair in a world where only the ruthless survived. As they delved deeper into the city's underbelly, they stumbled upon a tavern, the Crimson Chalice, a place rumored to be a sanctuary for those who danced with danger. The tavern, nestled in the crook of an ancient, gnarled street, was a haven for thieves, cutthroats, and creatures of the night whose existence the crown denied. The brothers, weary and wary, entered the dimly lit establishment, the heavy oak door muffling the sounds of the city behind them. The air was thick with the scent of ale and the murmur of hushed conversations. Eyes, gleaming with secrets, followed their every move as they approached the barkeep, a man with a face as weathered as the cobblestones outside. "We seek passage from this city," Harold stated, his voice low and even. "We have coin and need for haste." The barkeep, a man known as Blackthorn, eyed them with a mix of curiosity and caution. "Many seek to flee the crown's grasp," he replied, his voice a gravelly whisper. "But the night is full of eyes, and not all belong to the king's men." It was then that the brothers sensed a shift in the air, a tension that slithered like a serpent amongst the patrons. The tavern was more than it seemed, a crossroads for those who lived in the twilight, and it was here that their true flight from the crown would begin. As the night deepened, Harold and Edwin would come to realize that their battle for survival was not merely against the king's soldiers, but against ancient, unspeakable horrors that lurked in the shadows of London, waiting to claim the unwary. Their fight to see the dawn would be one of blood and terror, a dance with death that would entwine their fates with the darkest corners of the 11th century world. And so, under the flickering light of tallow candles, with the taste of stale ale on their tongues, the brothers prepared to confront the night, unaware that their greatest challenge lay not in escaping the crown, but in surviving until dawn in a city where the darkness held dominion. In the heart of the Tavern of Shadows, where whispers danced with the dust motes in the air, Harold and Edwin stood shoulder to shoulder, their breaths mingling with the cold fog of trepidation. The night had unfurled its darkest tapestry, and within its weave, the brothers found themselves ensnared. The patrons of the Crimson Chalice, once cloaked in the guise of men, now revealed their true forms, creatures of fang and claw, their eyes alight with the hunger of the ages. The brothers, with steel in hand and resolve in heart, faced the horde. Their blades sang a song of defiance, a melody that cut through the cacophony of snarls and hisses. Each strike, each parry, was a testament to their will to survive, to see the dawn's light once more. The tavern became an arena, a stage upon which the final act of their flight would unfold. As the battle raged, the brothers fought back to back, their movements a dance of desperation and skill. Harold's strength felled beast after beast, while Edwin's cunning found the weaknesses in their unholy armor. But even as they fought with the fury of the cornered, the tide of darkness seemed endless, a wave threatening to crash down upon them and extinguish their lives. It was then, in the heart of that darkness, that a sliver of hope pierced the night. The first light of dawn crept through the cracks of the tavern, a herald of salvation. The creatures, their power waning in the purity of the morning light, recoiled with hisses of pain. The brothers, seizing the moment, pressed their advantage, their swords now aglow with the promise of the new day. As the sun rose higher, casting its golden rays upon the city of London, the Tavern of Shadows was silent once more. Harold and Edwin, bloodied but unbowed, emerged into the dawn. They had survived the night, their bond unbroken, their spirits indomitable. And though the path ahead was fraught with uncertainty, they stepped forward with the knowledge that together they could face whatever trials the world might cast in their way. For in the end, it was not just the darkness of the night they had conquered, but the shadows within themselves, proving that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can shine with the brilliance of the dawn.